Good morning.
Are you muted? No.
Tammy, I sent you also in the group.
One second, it's open.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. You sent me a response for Cosmic Soup?
Yes.
I know.
Yay.
We took time enough.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's for the world. It's for the children. Thank you. Okay. Mm. Hari Om, everyone.
Yeah, namaste.
Hey, Guru Bhai, that's good. Good morning, good evening, everybody.
Good morning, Sashi.
Subramania. I'm not connected with it. Girl was the Good morning, Kumar.
Morning. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, Kumar.
Namaste. So let's start with 3 ohms.
Namaste everyone. Namaste Kumar.
Namaste. Please take a deep breath. Namaste, everyone. Yes, Purna, it's all yours.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणम् सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं श्रीमते अनन्ताय नागराजाय नमो नमः। अथ साधनपादः तपः स्वाध्याय ईश्वरप्रणिधानानि क्रियायोगः समाधिभावनार्थः क्लेशतनुकरणार्थश्च अविद्या अस्मिता राग द्वेष अभिनिवेशाः क्लेशाः अविद्या क्षेत्रम् उत्तरेषां प्रसुप्त तनु विच्छिन्न उदाराणाम् अनित्य अशुचि दुःख अनात्मसु नित्य शुचि सुख आत्मख्यातिः अविद्या दृग्दर्शनशक्त्योः एकात्मता इव अस्मिता सुखानुशयी रागः दुःखानुशयी द्वेषः स्वरसवाही समारूढः अभिनिवेशः ते प्रतिप्रसवहेयाः सूक्ष्माः ध्यानहेयाः तत्वृत्तयः क्लेशमूलः कर्माशयो दृष्टादृष्टजन्म वेदनीयः सति मूले तद्विपाको जात्यायुर्भोगाः ते ह्लादपरितापफलाः पुण्यापुण्यहेतुत्वात् परिणाम तापसंस्कारदुःखै गुणवृत्तिविरोधाच्च दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः हेयं दुःखमनागतं द्रष्टृदृश्ययो संयोगो हेयहेतुः प्रकाशक्रियास्थितिशीलं भूतेन्द्रियात्मकं भोगापवर्गार्थं दृश्यं विशेषाविशेषलिङ्गमात्रालिङ्गानि गुणपर्वाणि द्रष्टा दृशिमात्रः शुद्धोऽपि प्रत्ययानुपश्यः तदर्थ एव दृश्यस्य आत्मा कृतार्थं प्रतिनष्टम् अपि अनष्टं तदन्यसाधारणत्वात् स्वस्वामिशक्त्योः स्वरूपोपलब्धिहेतुः संयोगः तस्य हेतुः अविद्या तदभावात् संयोगाभावो हानं तत्रशे कैवल्यं विवेकख्यातिः अविप्लवा हानोपायः तस्य सप्तधा प्रान्तभूमिः प्रज्ञा योगाङ्गानुष्ठानात् अशुद्धिक्षये ज्ञानदीप्तिः आविवेकख्यातेः यम नियम आसन प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार धारणा ध्यान समाधयः अष्टौ अङ्गानि. Do I continue or more? Do I chant 31 and 32 also? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, continue, please.
अहिंसा सत्य अस्तेय ब्रह्मचर्य अपरिग्रहाः यमाः जाति देश काल समय अनवच्छिन्नाः सार्वभौमाः महाव्रतम् शौच संतोष तपः स्वाध्याय ईश्वर प्रणिधानानि नियमाः.
Yeah, go ahead and yeah.
वितर्क बाधने प्रतिपक्ष भावनम् वितर्काः हिंसादयः कृतकारिता अनुमोदिताः लोभ क्रोध मोहपूर्वकाः मृदु मध्य अधिमात्राः दुःख अज्ञान अनन्तफलाः इति प्रतिपक्षभावनम्.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Okay, Shruti is here. Very nice. Welcome, Shruti. We have a new participant, Shruti. She is joining this class. I know midway. There is a reason why I asked her to join. So she will see how it goes for the next couple of classes, and if she can kind of blend in, then we will continue. She will continue. That's what I think it is. Hopefully, it will all work out just like how it worked out for Gayatri. So we'll I'll share the PDF. So we left off at Sutra 29 last week. So let's we started at 22. So let's just recap quickly. So this is where we started. Trutartham prati nashtam api anashtam tadanya sadharanatvat. Sadharanatvat we said is common people just like us. So because of a different perception, tad anya means anya means different. because of the normally different perception of common people compared to people with wisdom, vivekinaha. So we are different from people with wisdom. So in everything that we do, we attribute the purpose of action, whatever we do. We always see whether it will be profitable to me or not. So common people, normal people, always see in every action that they do, in every relationship that they have, the more very, very, very important. In every relationship that we have, we see whether it is profitable to us or not profitable to us. So that's why it says, the last comment, it says, action is normally motivated and it is not undertaken with an attitude of an observer. So when we don't take action with an attitude of an observer, it is called motivated action. So, and why do we do that? The next sutra says it is because of the association of the individual's controlled energies. We have energies in us. So we say it is because of my energy that causes what one gets. So if I'm going to be profitable, it is because of me. So we never say it is because of the divine grace. So that's what that sutra is about. Motivated action is the cause of karmas. So when we do with that kind of a motivation, that's how we collect karma, both good and bad karma. Patting on the back when we do good things, that I did it. So that motivation, that motivated action. Similarly, when we do bad things also. Why do we do that? It's because avidya, that is lack of correct perception in life. That is why we engage in motivated action. That's what the sutra says. Tasya hetu, tasya hetu avidya. The reason for doing that is avidya, lack of correct perception in life. All very beautiful sutras. So hopefully you're all reviewing it. And when it ceases, when we get rid of this motivated action because of its absence, when there is no association with that, then that view is called kaivalyam, freedom in isolation. And then that's when we become free. That's when we are liberated, kaivalyam. When we get rid of this motivated action. So the solution, how do we get rid of this? The solution for its cessation is discrimination from understanding and integration. That's what it says. Discrimination in understanding. That's what we say, prajna. Ritambara tatra prajna, we said. Whatever we got from the cosmic flow of things, and the prajna comes, the wisdom comes. So the solution for getting rid of all this and in its cessation is discriminative understanding of life, the correct perception of life. So this is how we get over this doership that I am doing it. That's how we get over all this. So the next sutra is tasya saptada pranta bhumihi prajna. So he says for us to get to the intuitive knowledge, the prajna, the wisdom part. And we know we can get to that prajna, wisdom, only in samadhi. We may get some in between here and there, but to get it on a continuous basis, we have to be in the state of samadhi. Samadhi is the connectivity with the divine. So to get there, to get to that state of samadhi, we have to cross 7 boundaries. That's what it says. Of this are 7 fold demarcated zones for intuitive knowledge before you can get there. And how are we going to get there? We are going to get there through yoga aspects of yoga, by following the aspects of yoga, by following the process of yoga, which will help us in getting rid of all the impurities in us, which is the impurities are kleshas, getting rid of all the impurities. And as we get rid of all the impurities, the light of knowledge comes with discriminative understanding. Aviveka, discriminative understanding. And then we finally ended last session with what are these 7 zones or 8 parts. When you cut 7, when there are 7 zones, there are 8 parts. So we saw that there are 8 parts to Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are the 8 parts. That's what we saw. We did not explain any of those things. So we will start today by looking at the first piece, which is the Yama. So we said Yama, Niyama, right? And that's how we went. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, etc. So the first piece is the Yama. So let's see what is Yama. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Yamaha. So Yama, the practice of Yama, or the process of Yama, or the concept of Yama is made of 5 parts. For some reason, Patanjali Muni is so attached to 5 parts. Everything has said 5 parts. Vritti, he said 5, right? The Chitta Vritti is the thought. The vrittis that come out of our head, he said there are 5 parts. Do you remember what they are?
Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Abhinivesha.
That is Klesha.
Viparya,
Very good. Very good, but Klesha.
Anumana Nidra Smriti.
Nidra Smriti.
Yes. Pramana, Viparya, Vikalpa, Nidra, Smriti. So 5 vrittis. And then there are 5 kleshas, 5 impurities. And the impurities, what Madhavi said, avidya, raga, dvesha, asmita, and abhinivesha. 5 of them. So here again he says 5. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Yamaha. So let us see. Ahimsa is not hurting others. This includes everything. Not just human beings, it includes everything. Including plants, animals, everything, insects, everything. Ahimsa. Satya is truthfulness. Asteya is not stealing. Brahmacharya is curiosity to learn. That is Brahmacharya. So currently, whenever I am curious to learn, I'm in that mode of Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya does not mean one who is not married. That is a wrong definition. And then finally, aparigraha is not being covetous or possessive. Not being possessive. Not wanting other stuff. So aparigraha, this graha means to grab. In Sanskritam, graha means to grab. I don't know if you remember a sutra that we studied in chapter 1, where we defined samapati. We said kshina vrittehe. Anybody remembers this?
Yeah,
Kshina.
the light of the one who is beholding the stone or the light, it just becomes one.
Yes, the crystal. Kshina vrittehe apijatasya. That's how the sutra goes. Kshina vrittehe apijatasya iva manehe. Manehe means crystal. Iva manehe grahitri grahana grahyeshu. There are three of them there. Grahitri, it is you grab that, you absorb that. Grahana, it is fully inside you. Grahyeshu, you become that. Just like a crystal. And you keep any color next to the crystal, that crystal will take that color. Right? So it grabs that color fully into this. So aparigraha is opposite of that. Not wanting anything from anybody. I earned, I spend. And whatever I have extra, I give it, I help others. Non-possessive. Yamaha is yamas. The yamas are, so what are the yamas? These are the 5 aspects of yama, the process of yama. The yamas are not hurting others wantonly. So here we must be very clear. Ahimsa is not hurting others wantonly. So wantonly means dharmically. There is a dharma associated with that. How do we understand this? A soldier in the army, what is his job? If there is a war, he has to kill the enemy, correct? Can he stand there and say, oh, I follow yoga sutras, so I won't kill the enemy? That is going against his dharma. His dharma is to kill the enemy. So that's why it says not hurting others wantonly. So the same soldier, when he's walking on the street and he takes a gun and fires and kills somebody else, then that's wanton killing. Even while he's on the border, just patrolling, and he sees an enemy, just one enemy who is also patrolling on the other side. He kills him, shoots and kills him. That is wanton killing. There was no necessity. So at that time, the karma kicks in. So we have to be very, very careful when we how to understand this. So hurting others wantonly is not yama.
So if you are walking on the street and some bugs are there and you step on foot, sometimes you do purposely to kill that bug, or sometimes unconscious hit. So what is, I mean, is that one ahimsa or wanted ahimsa? I don't know how you define that.
So that's what I'm saying. When you kill something wantonly, there is a karma associated with that. Again, here in there are many non-vegetarians, especially in olden days. In winter, there's no food, no vegetable, nothing you will get. So one has to eat, one has to survive. So one goes and hunts. So that is allowed in dharma. Yes. So wanton is something we have to understand. That's all I'm saying.
But nowadays, many foods are available vegetarian. So now people eating
Yeah, I
meat.
don't want to get into the discussion.
Mhm.
That's not for this class, and we don't want to get into that discussion. That is an individual's choice.
Mhm.
So whether they get karma or not, it is up to them to decide. So I am not going to sit here and preach what is right and what
Okay.
is wrong. Yeah, okay, all right.
Okay.
So understanding that ahimsa is not hurting others wantonly. Satya is truthfulness, being truthful, telling truth always. But again, there are conditions here. Truthfulness, dharmic truthfulness. So if somebody has taken shelter in my house because they are scared, and then the other person comes and asks if so and so is here, I need not disclose this person is here. So that's called a white lie. That's what they say, where it doesn't hurt others. So again, there are very many conditions. We don't have to go into all conditions. So many of these things are subjective. So be careful when you follow all this. When you follow these rules, be very, very careful. Asteya is not stealing. You're walking in a forest area, and you see. I have done it myself. My sister and my niece are not there today. They didn't join. You're walking. You're taking a stroll, and you see a nice apple hanging, a tiny, small, nice red apple. You're tempted. You just pluck it and you eat it. You don't even think about it. You just pluck it and eat. As you walk, you eat it. The same thing as you're walking on the street, and from the compound of the house right next to the adjacent to the street, if there is a branch hanging out from there, and there is a apple or a mango or whatever is hanging out, would you pluck it? You won't, because you know that the branch of the tree is coming from the owner of the tree, and the owner is somebody who is living in that house, and there is a compound wall or a fence or whatever. So if you really feel like eating that fruit, you would go and ask them. So these are all things that these are all subjective. So I'm just bringing it up for you to understand. So asteya is not stealing. Brahmacharya is curiosity to learn. So celibacy is not a requirement in Brahmacharya. It's not a requirement in Brahmacharya. But it becomes part of Brahmacharya because as part of the curiosity to learn, I'm traveling and things like that, and I'm already married. Obviously, celibacy becomes part of it. It is an automatic thing. It happens. With me, everyone? So, when these things were defined, when these sutras were written 5,000 years back, Patanjali Muni, as well as Vyasa, who has written the Bhasha summary for this, a commentary on this, has not said that Brahmacharya means celibacy. They have not said that. So it is in later years that I think more due to Buddhism, all these things came into existence and everybody started absorbing that. It is good to be celibate. I'm not saying, but it does not mean that one has to be celibate to be a brahmachari. Or to be a brahmachari, brahmacharya, brahmacharini, whatever.
But I mean, this thing is written because of the olden age. They send their children to the ashram or gurukul. At that time, they think that they should brahmacharya. I mean, the learning is also, but they should not have any desire for any sex or anything.
But they sent the child at the age of 7. At that time, where is the desire?
No, but I mean, even the 7, he is still guru for a long time. So not only
Yeah, I'm
7 is
saying at
fine.
the age of 7, when they are sent, they are called brahmacharis. At that time, there is no sexual desire. It is much later, maybe 13, 14, it starts coming. So the brahmacharya, but at the age of 7 also, they are called brahmachari. They are not called by some other name.
Mhm.
So that's how we understand that it is meant to indicate the curiosity to learn, to be a student of this cosmos. Aparigraha. This is easy to understand. Not being possessive, not wanting others' things. Just because my neighbor has a BMW, immediately my blood pressure should not rise and say, I also need a BMW. I may not be able to afford. So those kinds of things. So when I don't have the ability to buy a BMW, I am constantly thinking of various ways and means by which I can grab one. If my desire is so strong, I will steal. I will somehow grab. This is what we see in many cases where elderly people, their children grab their property without even they knowing them. Aparigraha. Somehow, myself and my wife and my family has to be very prosperous. Doesn't matter if my parents are on the streets. This is the thinking. So is this clear? The yama, ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, aparigraha, aparigraha. We say aparigraha because as a plural for all of them. Yamaha. So yamas are this. So let's move on. Any questions?
Sir, what is the English meaning for the aparigraha meaning?
Being not being possessive, not
Oh, okay.
possessive, and not being and wanting others things, not grabbing
Okay.
others.
Okay.
Graha. Graha means grab.
Thank you, sir.
Kumarji, I had a question.
Yes.
It's not like like just a meaning of Yama Dharmaraja and Yama. Does it have
No.
any relevance? No. Okay.
Yama means basic core values.
Okay.
These are the core values that is talked about.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let us go on to the next sutra and see what he says here. Jati desha kala samaya anavachinnaha sarva bhauma mahavratam. Let's see what it is. Ete, some of them have that, some sutras, some versions don't have the ete, that's why it is in parenthesis. So it doesn't alter the meaning of the sutra in any way. So it says these meaning pointing to the things that are following the ete, that is jati. We know what is jati. What jati is? Where one is born, race of birth, etc. Right? Family, etc. Desha, the country or kingdom where one is born. Kala, era or epoch, or in which year you are born. Samaya, time or time period in which one is born. Anavachinnaha. This vichinna we have seen earlier too. Vichinna means broken. Anavachinnaha means unbroken, uninterrupted, not separated. Sarva Bhauma means are applicable everywhere or universal. Sarva comes from Sarva and some Bhavna. So Sarva Bhauma, everywhere, applicable everywhere, universally. Mahavratam. Vratam means to observe, observance. That's what we do, right? In India, we do this vratams. What is this?
Satyanarayana Vratam.
Satyanarayana Vratam. Then we have
Vratam.
this Lakshmi.
Upavas.
Varalakshmi Vratam.
Varalakshmi Vratam. So many Vratams are there. Upasanas, etc. Anyways, so it means Mahavratam means very great, great vow or great observance. What is great observance and what is great vow? What is it that we are talking about? These are universally applicable great observances that are not different, broken, or separated by race or community, country, era, or time. What is these? The Yama. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, all those 5, these are universally applicable great observances that are not different. And they are not broken or separated by race, community, country, era, or time. What all these things were true 5,000 years back, 10,000 years back, it is true today. Right? If killing wantonly was a problem 5,000 years back, it is still not acceptable today. So, any questions here? Simple sutra to understand. Okay. So, before we go and look at, okay, let's look at niyamas. Shaucha, Sutra 32, Shaucha, Santosha, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Niyamaha. Shaucha, Santosha, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Niyamaha. The last 3, Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, we already saw them. Anybody remembers this?
But Ishvara Pranidhani is Kriya Yoga. Tapa
Yes.
Swadhyaya
2-1.
Ishvara Pranidhani Kriya Yoga, right?
Yes. Yes. Tapaha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Kriya Yoga. So we said active yoga. That's how we started this chapter, 2.1, Sutra number 1 in this chapter, in Samadhi Pada, in Sadhana Pada, sorry. That's how we started. So we already know the last 3. The first 2, let us look at what they are. So niyamas are shaucha, is cleanliness. Santosha is contentment. Yesterday we had some discussion where I wrote this word, contentment. Contentment comes from lack of or reduced desires. You go to a store, you want everything, you want to buy everything in that store. Is that contentment? No. And then you will say, no, 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 it was not for me, for my granddaughter, for my daughter, for my son, for my daughter-in-law. This is what we will say. For my niece, for my, oh, I mean, we will say all this. Tapaha is burning of impurities. We saw that already. Swadhyaya is self-study or abhyasa, practice. Both is Swadhyaya. Ishvara Pranidhanani is surrender to the divine. Actually, it is Ishvara Pranidhana. Ani is an added thing to say it's a plural, and it is a plural for all of them. That is cleanlinesses, contentments, tapasas, etc. Self-studies, etc. Okay. So, where the last part only indicates plural object of the 5 attributes. Ishvara Pranidhana. Surrender or complete devotion to God. Complete devotion to God. We have had many discussions on this. What is this surrender? And earlier I have said, we don't know what this surrender is. Prostrating in the puja room is not surrender. Having 15 pictures in the puja room and prostrating every morning, evening, afternoon, showing harati, that's not surrender. Going to the temple and prostrating in front of every sannidhi, every god, starting from the Dvajastambam, the flagpole, from there. This is a good exercise, yes. That's not surrender.
So surrender means like everything God give except no. I'm not doing anything. Just God is doing for me. So don't take it. Don't take it. Uneasy or easy. No, because I just submitted my whole thing to God. God is giving me permission to do this thing. That is
Yeah,
surrender,
that is
right?
true. Yes, theoretically that is great, but are we doing it? That is the question. I'm not asking that question here. The real thing is acceptance. So a person who is saying I have surrendered to God will accept. Will accept things as they come in life. As it happens in life, we will accept it.
Also, I read some of the articles, right? So why do we do all this rituals, or like, why do we have so many ways? It is because like we have identified ourselves with this body, and it is difficult for anybody to comprehend that it is beyond that, beyond the body self. So like all this yama niyama and certain angas of Patanjali also focuses on your behavior, body, and then it gets to your breath, and then beyond, like it pulls you inwards. So like probably for people for who it is difficult for them to understand the meaning of self without the body or the sensory organs, just to get them there was all this rituals were set up. But or all this ways of worship was designed beautifully, where it is important to be clean, it is important to be have a discipline, all that. But all those were forgotten, the basic essence is forgotten, and then we focus on materialistic gains.
Yes, actually, if we follow yama and niyama perfectly, then that itself will lead us to samadhi, because the last part of niyama is Ishvara Pranidhanani, right? Surrender to the divine. And we saw in one of the sutras that surrender to the divine is essential for samadhi. I don't know if you all remember. Sutra 47, something like that, 46, 47, somewhere there we saw.
I do, Kumarji, but I also have a question because, like, we had also discussed for people who are atheists, like who doesn't believe in God,
Yes,
Patanjali Yoga Sutra also like helps them to get there.
yes.
So I'm curious to learn the other ways
So
to.
they would replace Ishvara Pranidhanani with universal energy. So
Okay.
nobody denies that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the niyamas here, so the niyamas meaning yes, scheduled things of events that you have to do in a day. So the first one, yama, is the core values. The second niyama is having a schedule. Cleanliness. If you take cleanliness, yes, early in the morning you get up and then you have a shower, you brush your teeth, have a shower, clean yourself. The external cleanliness. So these are incorporated in at a very young age in many families. So the external part is taken care of right there. And also after that, they will say, go and do, after having a shower, you have to say these slokas, something in worship of the divine. And if you're a brahmachari, and especially for a Brahmin who has gone through the Upanayana, there is something called a Sandhya Vandanam. So he will do that, at least once in the morning and once in the evening. Yogeshwaran, if he is there, he does this every day. And in the evenings, I think he even has a small homa that he creates. Samita Danam, that's what you say.
Yeah, I just did mine before this class started.
No, wonderful.
As
So
a
that is a
Brahmin, I'm doing everything like morning and evening. No, because I am Upanayan and I'm Brahmin born. So at the time, my guru gave me advice that you have to do 3 Gayatri Mala every day and all these things. So
very
I'm
good.
doing it. I'm doing every day.
So Yogeshwaran does it with a small homa in the evening every day. I don't know if he has time to do that in the morning, but I know he does it in the evening. So these are all practices. This does not mean that if you do that, you have evolved. No, these are all practices because these practices give you a kind of a footprint to stay on course for evolving. So shaucha, cleanliness, santosha, tapaha, swadhyaya, and finally Ishvara Pranidhani, complete surrender to the divine.
I have a question here, Kumar.
Yes,
It says here cleanliness of energy channels.
correct.
So
I'm
it
not
is not. Okay, you're going to come to that. Okay. Sorry.
Yes. So I initially talked about the external cleansing. So the real cleansing is cleansing of the energy channels, that is the nadis. And that is why we do various practices. One such practice which Life in Yoga does to clear out nadis is the chakra dhyana. So some of the people who are um, part of the Life in Yoga class, they would know this. So it cleanses the nadis. So why should we cleanse the nadis? Because the nadis are the channels of communication in our body. There are some 80,000 plus nadis. We don't need to know how many exactly, but this is what we know, that there are 80,000 plus nadis. And of them, there are a few important nadis. But every nadi has to be cleared out. Every nadi has to be clean. But because of the way we live, because of the kleshas that we have, because of the karmas that we have, because of the vasanas that we have, basically the samskaras, then the energy channels are blocked here and there. With the result, the communication is not free flowing. And that's the reason why we have to cleanse the nadis. In cleansing the nadis, then the communication starts happening, and the energy or the vibrations start flowing all over the body. That is what we call as cleansing the energy channels. Is that clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Contentment.
I can also add in Saucha the Kaya Manasa Vacha also. That means
Yes.
from all angles to do the Saucha.
Yes. Thought, word, and deed. Everything must be in sync. What do we mean by that? See, all these things will automatically happen once a person starts looking at his kleshas and starts work on that. Until then, it will all remain theory. Thought, word, and deed. We are saying it should be in sync. Thought, word, and deed. At the thought level, at the word level, and the deed level. Okay. Somebody calls me on the phone and says, "Can you be here at 10 a.m. in the morning?" Oh, okay, I will be there. I put the phone down. Even as I'm saying at the thought level, I will be there, I've already made my mind not to go. But I don't want to say I'm not coming because for survival reasons. Especially this happens, we will say, "Oh, please come to my house," when internally we don't want them to come to our house. So these kinds of things, we have to become aware. And finally, we will say, "Okay, I will do it." And we'll never do it. So at the thought level, at the speaking level, and at the action level, kaya, manasa, vacha, all three have to be in sync. It's not because of our kleshas and the energy channels being blocked and all that. Good point, Badri. Thank you. So the niyamas are cleanliness of cleaning of the energy channels, clearing out the energy channels, contentment. It's a very, very important thing to be contented. Contented should not be equated to tamas or laziness or inertia. No, it's not. Contentment is being happy with what I have out of my hard work that I have done. Again, when I say hard work, per my dharma, swadharma. I have done my duty. And as part of my, as I exercised my duty, as I fulfilled my duty, this is the fruit I got, and I'm happy with that fruit. So that's the contentment part. I don't question why my colleague got a 10% increase and I got only 5% increase. I don't question that. Obviously, my 5% is reflective and indicative of what I have contributed to the company. By and large, we are not
People
talking about
might
biases.
be, I'm sorry, sorry. People might be biased and you might be paid unfairly. Do you feel the same in those cases also, Kumarji?
No, that's why I said biases with excluding biases. I said, see, the thing is, these things will not bother you when you look at the bigger picture. When you are in Swadharma, there is nothing like somebody has to recognize you, etc. There is nothing like you have to be given an award. If it comes, you accept it. But that does not pull you down in terms of what you contribute.
That means you don't have any desire, like somebody has a Mercedes and I have my Toyota Corolla. I'm satisfied with what I have. I feel my need. Is that right? That's contentment. Don't have
Contentment is I'm happy with what the fruits of my labor.
But
I'm happy with the fruit.
no desire, no further desire. I'm happy with what I have. I don't have more desire. Is that contentment, right?
Yeah, I'm not comparing. I'm saying I'm not in aparigraha. I'm not saying I want excess stuff for me. I'm saying I'm content with what I have. I am happy with the fruits of the labor, of my labor. So that's where contentment comes. Again, contentment does not mean, like I said, see, when you're in that mode, nothing will affect you. If you get 5%, you get 5%. So you know that there have been others who have got 10% and 15%, which means that you have to rise, excluding biases. I'm not talking about bias. If your boss is biased, you have only two choices. You can go and take it up with your boss, and if the boss still feels justified to give you only 5%, and you are unhappy, leave the job and go somewhere else.
This resonates with the Bhagavad Gita shloka karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahetubhi mate sangasva karmani.
Correct.
So you do your karma, but do not expect any results, and it doesn't mean that you don't have to do a karma. Don't be attached to not doing a karma.
Yes. So thank you. So this fulfillment, all these things will come on its own when we can see things in the proper perspective. That's all there is to it. So that is contentment. Tapaha, we have already seen burning of impurities by doing tapas. Tapas could be chanting of mantra internally. That's what in life in yoga we do as part of the meditation. So these are all to burn away karmic patterns in us, both all the different karmas that we have in our bag. So tapa is for that. Swadhyaya is self-study or practice. So after we finish this class, you go back, you review the sutras, you ponder on it, you send questions, you discuss. Those things are all swadhyaya. And Ishvara Pranidhanani is complete surrender to the divine. Accepting whatever the divine gives. Accepting whatever the divine gives. We have to be very careful here when we say this. Accepting whatever the divine gives does not mean if a spouse is abusive, you have to sit there and take the beatings. No. That is against dharma. Together, as a couple, as you live, you may face difficulties. You may together, I'm saying together, you may face difficulties. It may be financial pressure. It may be some pressure from relatives. You face it together. The wife doesn't throw the vessels at the husband. The husband doesn't get physical with the wife. We are not talking about that. So there one has to take action. So acceptance is when two people are together, they accept whatever is being bestowed on them. They accept it without questioning it and say this is given by Ishvara, both at the individual level and at the collective level, as a couple as well as at the individual level. So surrender to the divine is acceptance of of the cosmic flow of karma. Karma has given me this difficulty. So I accept it. I will stop here. It's hit 5. I'll stop here. We already seen nice 3 very good sutras. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. I want to see if I have to leave right now or I can hold on for another 15-20 minutes. Hold on. Hold on.
Jadi de segala suya sarva mahara shoch santoshatava swadhyaya ishvara paridharani.
Yeah. So I don't have to rush. I'm here. We can have a nice, good, detailed discussion. Questions are welcome.
Kumarji, in the previous sutra, I have one question. Niyama means doing things regularly on the exact time. That's what I thought so far. But I understand the cleanliness or the timely schedule. The second one, santosha, right? Happiness. That one, where is the niyama for that one? It means that all the time you have to be taking like that. We have to consider.
Correct. Contentment all the time. Being content.
Similarly to the other things also, for the other niyamas also.
Yes. So contentment, many types of contentment are there. You go to a wedding. I've given this example earlier too. When you go to a wedding, especially I've seen this here in USA. People who earn in upwards of 500,000, 600,000 per annum in dollars. The moment lunch is announced, they will all run to the buffet as if everything will vanish in 1 minute. They will push, shove each other. Have you seen this, Lavanya?
What is the niyama for that
Yes, sir.
example
I
that you
mean,
are giving?
Hold on. Lavanya, have you seen that?
yeah, I have seen it.
Okay. Did
You
you
must
also
be very hungry.
participate in it? I'm just kidding.
No, the thing is, what if they are hungry at that moment?
No, what I'm saying is hunger is fine. But how does it matter to wait another 10, 15 minutes at the most?
15 minutes,
They
it
couldn't
doesn't
wait.
matter. But I
One
think people.
of them diabetes.
And from the
All
time
of them
you
had
enter the
diabetes.
wedding, constantly they give something or the other. They give the drink, coffee, tea, some kind of soft drink. All these things are there all the time. And then some light snacks will always be there. And in addition, people always carry something in their handbag. Some crackers and energy bar and whatnot. Where is the question of running to all these things? I never understood this concept.
All
Also,
of them
even
forgot that
if you are not,
Hold on.
sorry.
That comes from the fact that if I go late, the 30 items that they have listed in the menu may or may not be there. So there is no contentment that if I eat 10 is good enough. Do we eat 10 items in our lunch every day? No. We eat 2 or 3 or maybe 4, right? Sometimes I eat only 1. I eat a salad and I'm done. How do we have to develop, we have to ponder, right?
Kumarji,
their wife will let them eat.
Huh?
it
Their
may
wife
happen in
will not let them eat at
US. It
home.
doesn't happen in India.
It doesn't happen in India?
No. People who are hungry or in rush to go, only they rush to have food.
I won't
In
agree because
US,
I have seen people standing behind me while I'm eating because they
maybe
know.
in US they don't cook well. I mean, like, we have.
Or why
I'm
did I
talking
let them
in
eat?
India. In India, I have gone and sat down for lunch, and by the time I come to this curd rice, people will come and stand behind me because they know in another 2 minutes I am going to this curd rice that I'm eating will be done, and that's the last thing that I'm going to eat. So they will come and stand behind me, and they will not only behind me, all others, whoever is about to finish, they will come and stand behind.
I have seen in India also. No, I mean, that people are rushing. No, when they announce lunch is open, the different stalls, people are rushing.
I can understand in India, Sureshji. I can understand Rajashri. This happening in India. I can understand. Somehow when I came to this country, I thought in a country of plenty, people won't run like this for food. But
No. That's what you are getting me wrong, Kumarji. I said it doesn't happen in India. People don't rush for food. Maybe they are in hurry to leave.
I'm saying
In
in
US,
India also
maybe
this.
they don't get variety of food. That's why they run.
No,
No,
in India
same
also
thing. I
people
mean,
run.
No,
I'm saying in
India
India also
or
people run.
USA, it is people attitude. That's it.
People
Yes,
run in
right.
India also.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It is a human nature.
anyway, the thing is, if you are contented with eating just whatever is there, after all, what out of the 30 items, maybe 5 items will not be there. 10 items will not be there. There will be 20 items for you to choose. What's the deal? It is the deal is the lack of contentment. I have to eat everything. I have to grab everything. I have to grab everything. Graha.
That shows how healthy the person is. For food.
And then they put half the item in the trash.
Huh?
They put half the item in the trash. They don't eat the entire plate.
They have to put the item in the trash, he says.
Yeah,
Yes.
lot of wastage.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, that's a very good point, Sashi. People take a lot of food and then they can eat only 30-40% of what is there on that plate. It is all heaped up and finally everything is dumped.
This is a habit for me, and
As of today, I have never been to a
practice
public any place, even at home.
So, right. So
I will not even leave a single morsel on my plate
something which is habit.
till today.
not a simple system.
Yeah, that reminds me because when I was at the College of Idaho, we used to have the lunch buffet, and it used to be unlimited for $6 or something. We could have everything and anything, how much ever we want. So I used to just grab like 4 or 5 plates, and I used to maybe finish half or more, but there would still be some leftover that I wouldn't want. It wouldn't be as appealing when I'm done as it was when I didn't eat before. Everything seemed appealing, and then once I started eating, my stomach started getting full. The appeal faded away.
You should also show restraint.
But we never learned, right? First time I can understand. Second time when you go, you know that your limit is only this much, but we still take 3 plates.
Yes.
Here,
so why is that? That's what I'm saying. It comes from the lack of contentment, lack of understanding that klesha still propels you, saying, go grab it. Otherwise, after that, nothing will be there.
Yes. Full anytime it is true.
So I mean, so we had this very funny conversation. The first time both my wife and I were eating after marriage. So there was some leftover that she had on her plate. I said, are you not going to finish it? She said, no, I'm full. Then I said, why did you take so much? She said, no, I didn't know when I took it. I didn't know. I thought I'll be able. Now I said, it is a waste. She said, she looked at me and said, Kumar, there is nothing called waste. I said, what? If you put it in the trash, is it not waste? She said, no, there are organisms which eat that. Okay?
It's true.
So I was struck down so badly. Then I came home and I pondered and pondered and pondered, and then I got the answer. Then I went to my head. Organisms don't need good, nice cooking. They can eat it raw. So much of oil has gone into that. So much of energy has gone into that. We have spent so much of money to get that food. So what I'm saying is, even if the other person gives a good reason, it is impossible to accept it. We can go on and on and on this. So the main thing is contentment. Contentment in life is very important. So make sure that we don't waste food, because there are so many people who go without food. So if you say that, people will say, okay, if I don't waste food here in USA, what happens? Immediately somebody in Africa, 10 families will get food. I mean, that's how the argument goes. How do we justify that? Right? Maybe Sri Lakshmi can justify it. She will have one big story for that. Anyway, I'm not going to ask you.
My younger daughter always argue for this. My younger daughter, I told her not to waste. There are so many children hungry. She said, are you going to send this food? I said, no. Save the food, I can send the money.
Yeah, you can send the money. In Africa, we don't know if the money is going to the right person or not. Right? It's the same case in many places. It may go into the pocket of people who already have money.
Yes, that's true. Same thing in this country.
We donate. When we give, we donate with the good intention. That's all we can do. So that is why in many instances, this I do whenever I can. whenever in our family also we do this, we go and give that food like annadana. We go there and see whether it is being cooked and served. Most of these senior homes and things like that, they take money from you and then they will send you a picture of all the people who are sitting and eating, and they make a video and send it. So they say one meal costs some 10,000 rupees or whatever for so many inmates and residents in the senior home. Anyways, I'm not going to go I don't want to get too deep into this. But you all get the idea that in our day-to-day life, there is so much wastage we ourselves do. There's so much of wastage. Incidentally, we were to go this morning. Our in-laws, not my in-laws, my son's in-laws were doing a puja, doing a small ceremony in their house. It's about 3 hours from here, about 150 miles from home. So right after the class, I was to leave. That's why I had asked Mohan to take over. Unfortunately, Mohan is not getting that opportunity today. So my wife did not feel well since yesterday morning. So that's why I went to check with her if she's still planning to go or not. She said no, because I told her no need to go. Before I came to class, I said not 100%, but you don't have to feel guilty. Oh, we have been invited. Well, so we have dropped the program. Not that I was really keen on going, but when a request like this comes, so I have to honor that request, and the divine has taken care of it because I have no interest. So it's gone. Either way, it's fine. But I did pump the gas. I got everything ready to go this morning. I just wanted to, right after the class, I wanted to just jump in and go. That's it. 5 minutes after the class, ending the class at 8, I wanted to jump into the car and go leave at 8:05. But that's not happening. Good. I'm happy. Either way, I'm happy. I would have gone. I would have been happy. I'm not going. I'm perfectly happy with that. It gives me opportunity to spend more time with all of you. Okay. Anything that we have to discuss that we have not done? Shoot me down, people.
I had this feeling just now. Can I share,
Yes.
please?
Yeah.
Now we were discussing about this function and food and all. And there I saw Mohan sir and Usha discussing about yama, niyama and all.
Yes.
I got the thought like, some are, they have that, some have good level of, what you say, they're still discussing yama and niyama. So I'm like, okay, I'm not content with what I'm learning now. I have to like, that is competition. I don't know. It's not competition. I don't know what to say. But is that, I don't know how to describe myself now. Am I too slow in learning things, or I don't know.
The food, etc., that we are talking about was also yama niyama stuff. Otherwise, why would we be talking about that? We have to talk about various things to understand. We have to understand, right? We have to have the correct perception of life. See, I will give you one more example. Before I got married, no, after I went and met my wife, to-be wife, and we agreed, we liked each other. We had about, I think, 7 weeks before marriage. So every day we will meet for a few hours, 2-3 hours. And then she used to travel by train home, so I will take her to the nearest rail station on my way back home, put her in the train, and then I'll go home. So it was one of the best parts of my life because no commitment, no responsibility, right? For both.
Yeah.
stayed together for 2-3 hours. We put up the best possible show, possible front, nice facade, which we didn't know that each of us were putting up. So we were very sweet to each other. After 2-3 days, I observed that I have this habit from a very young age. I don't know how it came. Very young, very, very young, that when I drink something, at the end I will leave about maybe 5 cc of that liquid, like coffee or tea or whatever, milk, anything for that matter. The last 5 cc I won't drink, I will just leave it. So second or third day, we were having coffee and at a restaurant. And then I saw, I asked her, "Are we done? Are we finished with the coffee?" She said yes. Then I saw in her cup, similarly, she had left about some coffee. Oh, I said, there seems to be a little bit. She said, "No, I don't drink it fully." Only at that time she observed my cup and she said, "Oh, you also have." Then I said, "See, what wonderful match, how wonderfully matched we are. I also leave a little bit at the end in the cup. You also leave a little bit at the end in the cup when we have coffee, tea, whatever, any drink for that matter. How wonderfully we are matched." All this. So delighted about this. Then after a few weeks, one day I asked her, when two people are in such great love, how can they ever have a fight? How can they ever have an argument? I asked her. He said, "I also don't know, Kumar. How can they ever have an argument?" So this went on. After marriage, after 3-4 days or a week or 10 days later, we're having coffee at home. And I'm done with my coffee. There are about 5 cc's of coffee at the end. She is finished and there is 20 cc's of coffee at the end. So I'm looking at that cup and saying, "Why do you leave so much? Why do you leave so much?" Is the question?
I said started, actually.
The klesha has come and it is now comparing and saying, "Kumar, the perfect amount is only 5 cc's, not 15 cc's. So slowly argument starts. Anyways, first day, it ended quickly. And then every time I see that, it is irritating me. Every time we have coffee or tea together, any drink for that matter, excepting for, I think, soft drinks, especially if they are in this bottles, carbonated drinks. I think she won't drink everything to the bottom. Maybe even that she would probably leave. I don't recall correctly. So even before we finish drinking, the irritation will start. Oh, she's going to leave 25 ml. So the money that I am paying, 20% is a waste now for this coffee. Right? So this is how it starts. The fact that we cannot accept the other person as they are.
There is one explanation for that. That means in a past life you were poisoned. Therefore, now you are careful and you leave the bottom of the cup where the poison is. And it's a prevention. That your soul is telling you, leave that last bit, it's dangerous.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. But I thought the poison would be, it will be fully mixed in the drink and I'm already would be dead, right? The bad effect would be inside me.
There are many kinds of chemicals that they leave some residue.
Okay. Anyway, I don't have my mom to find out when I started. She is no more. I will take your explanation. And it is very acceptable for me that it has come from previous life and not this life.
And what is cc?
Cubic centimeters or ml, milliliters. 1 cc is 1 ml. Approximately, I think that's what it is.
Oh. You do that for everything, like water, everything, or just coffee?
Yeah, no, everything. It's a measurement, right?
You don't
It's a
drink all of
measurement.
it.
I too don't drink
No, no.
everything. I drop. I'll keep the same amount in every cup.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, my dad
Gayatri, wow.
used to say,
Welcome to my family.
yeah, yes, I don't leave because that's the
But
manners.
I
If
used
you
to get
see,
scolding from my mom for that.
yeah,
You,
Even
I
my
won't
in
dad
scold.
used
milk,
to
See?
I'll
say,
keep a few drops, and she will scold me.
Ah,
actually, for coffee or tea, we leave a small portion of it because the down is like a coffee powder, or if the decoction is not properly done, the residue will be there, right? So I have a
but
practice
not
of
in
leaving
our
that
house. In our house, it was
everything.
never. There was no grain of coffee dust in the coffee. My mother was meticulous,
Okay.
and I didn't start the habit after getting married. At least then I can say my wife is not that. No, I didn't. But that habit started early. So this poison angle, I have to ponder on this.
I I haven't.
Thank you, Tatiana. You have poisoned my mind now.
but it's a good habit to leave some amount.
Why,
And
For
South
what?
why is it a good
Indian
habit?
is
For
always,
what?
Why?
Organisms? For organisms?
The organism will.
No, I don't know, sir. My husband also leaves like 1 spoon of coffee or water all the time in the cup. When it comes to me, I will finish. He cannot even get a 1 drop also water or coffee from my cup.
actually, Madhavi, I get irritated when people drink everything, like, not a drop is left in the cup. That I think, I feel is bad.
Why?
Oh, okay.
Why?
I don't know, but that's how my dad taught us to leave a little amount of whatever. Don't. That's good manners, I think. I don't know how to explain it, but then
Oh,
still,
maybe
when someone thinks the whole
the
every drop of it, they are conjuice. That's what I get.
maybe it
Oh.
came from the the royalty from United Kingdom.
No, I feel like milk and coffee powder, everything. Even though if you have money like $100, sometimes you cannot go out and bring the milk or coffee because of weather or whatever it is. Or I don't have a car, so I feel why waste? And I drink even. I cannot say it is coffee cup or water cup like that. I'll drink. Even food also, like roti or sabji, anything I'll finish up to a bottom of the vessel, whatever it is. If I throw something, I won't cook that item for a couple of days because unnecessary I wasted on that day. So I stopped buying that item for a couple of months, like 1 month or something.
Poor your husband, he has to go through because you won't cook and he cannot also eat.
But if I
Yes,
waste that item, that is the condition, sir.
You
So most
wasted,
of
but
the
So
poor him.
interestingly, some of the cultural habits or cultural aspects, like in China, if you are drinking, especially alcohol, if you empty it, then the host is forced to pour again.
Ah,
So if you don't want, you have to leave,
yes,
with water or
this I've
whatever.
heard.
Then they understand that, you're satisfied and you don't want any more. Whereas in Saudi Arabia or in Middle East, if you finish everything, even food, they take offense saying that,
Maybe they didn't serve you
yeah,
enough.
they didn't
Enough.
serve enough and you didn't like it,
Oh,
So
they like you so much.
So they keep
That's good
serving on your
explanation.
plate if you keep finishing it.
yeah.
You are not, you are in trouble.
Apaji, I would
Yes,
like to say about that leaving a little in the bottom, no? It is
yes.
like making a subconscious decision uh, to spend all that you have or to leave a little bit. So
Ah,
you always have some reserve. So whether it is good or bad, it's different. So it is like when you drink your coffee or when you eat your plate completely, you empty everything. But when you leave some, it is some type of a subconscious decision. That's what I'm thinking.
Works like Akshaya
but
Patra.
your point I understand, but it is not applicable to my wife.
because organisms eat it.
Yeah, it's not applicable to her.
Everybody is
It's
different, sir.
applicable to me. It's applicable to me, but not to her.
One can meditate on why, and
Yes.
you may get answer. For example, putting milk into coffee or tea. Tea or coffee is very acid, so that's why we put milk to make it more alkaline. Therefore, it's
Yes.
more acceptable for our stomach.
Yes. Actually, in India, there were in India, by and large, until the Western influence came in a very big way in the last maybe 30, 40 years. Until then, this black coffee, black tea was only in five-star restaurants, five-star hotels. It
No,
was
in
never
villages
available
it's there,
outside of that,
Kumarji. In
right?
villages, they drink only black coffees.
Yeah,
In
No, no,
villages,
no.
my
if
dad
That
you
is
used
want.
to.
that's a different coffee. That is suk coffee. That is not
Okay,
black.
yeah.
That is not made of coffee seeds.
Not coffee powder.
Actually,
It's
coffee
not.
itself was there
Yeah, it's
only
not
from
made
the
of.
British.
Yeah, yeah. It is, that coffee is not made of coffee powder, Priya.
Yeah. I understand. But that is in black in color, so yes.
It is black in color, correct.
It is
But coffee itself is
decoction.
from the
It's
British.
not
Correct.
coffee beans decoction.
Yes. Coffee beans, all these habits came from the British, yes. It's a royal habit.
It's not a royal habit. Some people don't have milk to put in, so they drink black tea, black coffee, whatever. Not black coffee, especially tea.
Tea,
If they don't
yes.
have
Tea,
milk, milk is a privilege. I mean, like, in older days.
Yeah, that's what I also
no,
heard.
no, this privileged thing, they don't drink, I mean, then unprivileged or what, I don't want to call unprivileged. People who don't have milk, they generally drink what we call as suk coffee. This is sukku. Sukku means dried ginger.
And
Along with that,
coriander.
they put other ingredients.
Coriander and coriander seeds.
Coriander seeds maybe, and jeera maybe. Some even put jeera.
Pepper.
Anyway, whatever. Main ingredient is that dry ginger, and it is dried and then ground well. So that's what Priya was saying. When you put hot water in that and you let it boil, it will have that dark color. It's not made of coffee beans. So for that, no milk is needed. You don't put milk in that. You can put this palm jaggery, palm molasses,
That is
panavellam.
kattan coffee, Kumarji. Kattan coffee or something.
Patti, what is it? Patti?
Kattan coffee.
Karupatti.
Kattan tea, they say.
Kattan coffee.
Whatever.
Most Keralates
Anyway.
used to have that coffee, right?
Kumar.
Okay, people. Let us come back. Let us come back.
No, actually, when we eat in the plantain leaf, they used to say you have to leave little food for the dogs because we throw the plantain leaf outside and all the dogs will come. So that was also there.
No, but plantain leaf eating has been there from 10,000 years
Yes,
back. Those days, dogs did not come to eat them.
No. But no dogs, but
Even then,
must be some
even then,
birds.
they restrict dogs.
Birds
There are no
are
street
there.
dogs.
Birds will eat maybe.
Birds may eat, yeah.
It is actually,
we have
it is
seen-
actually for organisms, any kind of organisms. You leave
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
Dogs are later things. On the
Later,
dogs.
yeah.
And you
That
leave
they
it for
used to
dogs,
all,
they create more problems.
But also, we throw food in the Shraddha time.
The start of the time itself, they'll take the little food and keep in the corner.
Those are eaten by birds. Those crows.
Yes.
Eat it.
Crows, yes.
Crows we.
No, she's
Before
talking
eating.
about us at the time.
Anyway, let's move from this to anything else you didn't understand as part of Yama and Niyama.
So I just wanted to add, Kumar,
Yes.
this ahimsa. is not just only killing, because it says don't hurt. So that should also then include insensitiveness,
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
so then, like you park your car on the road without thinking about others, you
Yes.
don't have a consideration for
Yes.
others.
Yes.
So that
Any kind
also
of
is,
hurt.
yeah,
Any kind of hurt. It can be through words. You can hurt people. You can hurt the environment. That's what you're saying.
right.
Uh, any kind of hurt that you cause. Yes. Being oblivious to others' difficulties.
Yeah,
Throwing trash on the street.
correct. Yeah.
But there was early on, we defined yama as restraint and niyama as discipline.
Yes, niyama is discipline, correct.
Correct. So, I mean, I'm trying to, now this is a new thing which is, we are telling is that yama, there is 5 types of yama, and niyama, there are 4
Five types. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
how
said.
do I make, that is, get both into the same understanding? Like, if I say it is yama means restraint, and here I have 5 types of yama. That is ahimsa, satyam, asatyam, asateya, that is not stealing, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. So these are all types of yama, but yama also means restraint. So I'm not able to get the two linked up.
No, restraint from hurting others, right? The first one.
I understood, but satya, that is speaking the truth.
Speaking the truth, restraining speaking untruth.
Or brahmacharya, which is curiosity to learn. How do I bring restraint?
I mean, once again, you can say brahmacharya. If you say restraint is not being in a state of not being in the state of curiosity. That is the restraint. So, although that's why I said I didn't use the word restraint, I used the word more like core values. That I feel is more meaningful to yama. Not that niyamas don't have core values, but yama really defines these very deeply, very clearly they define. And all of them, and with all of them is the underlying dharma. So what is dharmic for one may not be dharmic for the other one. That's the beauty of dharma. There is a collective dharma, and then there is an individual dharma. Like I said, a soldier, when he is in the battlefield, he has to kill. That is not the dharma for a brahmana.
Or a butcher. I mean, the butcher's job is to kill and sell meat.
Yes.
That is his job. He's not feeding, not for himself, but he's feeding others. So, and it is his varna, whatever. That is his job. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, we are not here to say, why should a butcher do that? No. That's his
I mean,
job.
it's an accepted practice in the society, at least today, that there is a butcher who will sell meat.
No, it has been there for ages. It is not.
Sometime later it can change. We don't know.
We don't know.
Correct.
We don't.
Okay.
Anything can change anytime. Any other question? So these are actually with yama and niyama alone, one can become fully enlightened. Although we are saying you have to cross 7 boundaries, these 8 things, because when you have this complete devotion to the divine, the surrender, when there is complete surrender, then the connectivity will happen. When there is complete surrender. So with yama and niyama, one can get there. So that's why it is very, very important, the yama and niyama part. But unfortunately, most will stop somewhere doing only a tiny part of yama or a small part of niyama, and they won't cover all the different aspects of yama and niyama. That's where the problem is. Just doing Sandhya Vandana alone with no surrender to the divine will only give you so much of benefit.
So one has to be really like a baby to surrender to God and accept everything that happens to you.
Yes. Yes. See, that's what normally, see, I used to say, my parents used to tell me, see, we are born a baby and we will finally die a baby. So I used to know, what are you talking? Then they'll say, then they used to tell me, you see, as you grow older and older and older, after certain age, 70, 80, those days, they'll say, by 80, your back will bend. You need to have a stick.
Yes, sir. I'm
You
still
become weak. You don't have, just like a small child, which is not very stable while walking. An old person is also, an elderly person is also not stable while walking. And finally, they cannot even eat by themselves. Somebody has to feed them. So you become a baby. They used to say, I used to feel convinced, but it is not really that. The baby is at the thought level, becoming innocent, not judging people, not judging anything, accepting everything.
What do you see?
This is very important for you, Yogeshwaran. You are in the throes of getting married.
Okay.
So it's very, very important for you.
Oh, okay.
All that we are talking about. That is why I brought up all these things that I did with my wife.
Oh. Got it.
Tell good things with Yogesh, sir, not bad.
Huh?
Tell
What did you
good
say?
experience. Share good experience.
Yes. He is learning the theory here. Let us see what he does with the theory.
He'll be more confused. So my daughters are saying like, are you attending the right class? Because, detachment is not what we expect from you. That's what my daughters
I will take leave, Kumarji. Namaste.
Okay. Thank you. Namaste.
So I
Yes.
studied a bit of Chinese medicine, and I understand when one has got low tolerance towards others or towards certain things, that means their liver is malfunctioning. So correct thing would be go to a doctor, Chinese doctor, and they will give you either acupuncture or some herbs to make balance in your liver, and then all this intolerance and inner anger will go. So there is help for everybody. You just have to look who can help me, because I see this is not quite right and it's making me suffering. So you make correction. And one of the things, very quickly, for everybody who is irritable or cannot stand somebody else's whatever, is to drink bitter tea. Liver likes bitter things. The bitter herbs, bitter vegetables you find on the market, the more bitter, better, and that will help in your life in all spheres.
Actually, this there is something called in Indian vegetable, Karela.
Karela.
Karela, that's very bitter, very good. If you have a cup every day, you will be different man in a month.
Wow.
You will be a baby, accepting everything. Everything will be all right. You want to do this? Yes, do. You want to do that? Yes, yes, do. That's fine with me. This is the how to live, how to cure the root of the problem. It's always chemical.
Once I know who Yogeshwar is going to marry, I will speak to her daily and ask her to make this bitter juice and feed him.
Yes.
That's after you perfect the recipe, Kumar.
Yeah, she will feed him the bitter juice so that their relationships become sweet.
You can make Karela also sweet by adding in jaggery, sir. You can make Karela sabji by adding some jaggery, it will become sweet.
Then it loses its value.
No,
Then it's not good for the liver.
The life is sweet anyway, but Karela will make it bearable, because too much sweet is bad also.
Yes.
You know, the balance in life, that's we have to do. So,
My philosophy is there is no perfect relation anywhere. With a dog or a cat or the husband or the wife or the children, anybody. No perfect relation. Every relation has some problem. Every relation has some problem.
Yes.
Every relation has some problem. There is no perfect relation between kids or animal or cat or dog. That's what Sheshiji is telling.
Yes.
yeah, but it boils down to chemistry, basic chemistry, because we are all made of the same stuff. If you know, there's so many like calcium, magnesium, iron, etc. We are all made of that, but in different proportions. And if there's no balance in that, then we have a relationship problem, for example, or some money problem. But one should go back to basics, basic chemistry, and find out what you are missing, what you are having too much, and make a balance on a chemistry level, and that repairs your emotions too.
Very good, everyone. Thank you very much. On that note, it's almost getting to the 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Any other pressing question before we conclude? Any other pressing question? No. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Next week we will be all babies.
Participating now?
Yes.